Thanks for coming. We're doing a tour blog, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna film. So yeah, this is only our third outside Austin screening. Thanks for coming here.
This is as good as the Albuquerque screaming, so we got that going for us. Screaming, whatever.
Albuquerque sucks.
Yeah, I know. So does Denver apparently. I'm just kidding. I see about 5 unfamiliar faces out there, and I want to thank them for coming. And then the rest of y'all that know me and our Bob, thanks y'all for coming. It could have been a disaster. Believe me, it could have been a horrible disaster. We saw that earlier, right? But I'm glad y'all made it. You know, the movie's odd to me because the weirdest thing about it is that everything he filmed, everything in there is completely and totally happened and true. But at the same time, it's like, man, that's not the way shit is. It's not right. It's just odd that you know, I don't know how to explain it. I think that he put the whole thing together really well, though, and made a good story out of it. And the movie, I think he did a great fucking job, and I'm glad y'all got to see what he did with everything I gave to him. So thanks for coming and seeing it, and I really like what he did with it, and I'm glad y'all got to see it.
Well, thank you. Anybody have any questions or comments or anything about the movie?
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah,
either.
you summed it up well.
I mean, yeah, you know, it's okay if y'all didn't, because when we get down to it, the brass tacks, which of course is the stuff we're selling, and he's got movies and movie posters, and I've got Whoopsie magazines that really just are for pocket change, traveling money, and I do have our rap CDs, which if y'all want them, you know, I'm willing to negotiate on.
Well, hey Chad, I got a question.
We've got free stuff for y'all too, but David Miner has a question.
From the end of the movie to where you are now, I mean,
what's different and what's the same?
Yeah,
I'll be quite honest with you. I mean, well, starting before the end of the movie, I quit doing coke on New Year's Eve 2008, I think. So it's been about a year and a half. I hadn't done any coke. The kids did move in with me. I guess it was a year ago in March, and since then Jessica moved back out with her mom again. In fact, she's just now getting back in town in Austin tonight. She spends the summers with her dad. She just got back in touch with her dad when she was about 10, which when the movie was being made was kind of a new thing, but she is just back in town, so I didn't get to see her much this summer, and she does live with her mom again. But Shay still lives with me. Obviously, he's not out in the car, though. I did leave him with his mom, and then he's staying with my parents for a couple of weeks while I'm gone, and then when we get back, you know, kind of screwed our summer up. We had a great first half of the summer. Other than we went to all the Longhorn games, and I don't even start, but we saw the Longhorns all the way up till they lost to TCU. Went to a bunch of movies and shit, but we didn't take a trip, which kind of sucked, and I know it hurt his feelings that I went on this one, but I had been really stagnant since I got back in town. The last stuff we shot for this was that trip you saw. You know, we went to the East Coast last summer, and I lost my job over that. The hood cleaning job I lost, and just commute with him back and forth to school and stuff. You know, so I kept selling weed. I gotta admit, I didn't ever actually quit selling pot, which, you know, I can now. I've got, because that trip was a golden opportunity for me to come back and never do that again. And now, oddly enough, here a year later, and it's out in the movies and shit now, so it's probably a good time to go ahead and, you know, be like, hey, someone's gonna hear about this. So, you know, I've got yet another opportunity here on the trip to come back to town. It's a really weird thing, because when I was just doing it in my own magazine and shit, it was one thing, but since now it's, you know, and I don't know how to fucking explain it. It's odd, but it's like no one cares. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's God. I don't know what the fuck it is, but still I've gotten this far, and still once again could get back into town and be like, you know, that's probably about enough. Probably fucking about enough now, and knock that out. So I haven't quit selling pot, even though he does live with me, and he's been on more drug deals than anyone in this room combined, except for me. You know, so that's kind of weird, but we have a good relationship, and he's a good kid, man. He's a straight A student. He's in Eames School District. It's the best school district in Texas, except, of course, for Brazoria County. And he's a straight A student. They kept him in there. I'm not even zoned with them. They kept him because they want him in their honors program, and so we're doing good. I've got some changes I need to make. I mean, I'm not as fucked up. Right now I am pretty fucked up. It's the high altitude and all, but obviously I'm not that fucked up, right? I mean, obviously you can understand me and shit, at least, kind of, every other thing I say. So I don't do coke anymore. I don't have a girlfriend, and I still sell weed, and my kids live with me.
But your monologue from the beginning, being a guy that went to high school with you,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that was on the money, because you are the guy that can do it.
I know, man.
You know that,
Dave,
I
appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
All of a sudden, when I heard that, I was like, I mean, I was there with you.
I know, man. And it's weird because we were probably not even on the same page at that time, you know what I mean? And I appreciate that, Dave. And that's been the weirdest thing about the movie, is just people that I know coming and seeing it. And, you know, it's just hard to explain, man. I mean, out here it's a little different because it's less people. And of course in Austin and Houston, everyone was like, they loved it. But they'd already accepted a lot of things about me, you know. And we're interested to see, I guess, what the rest of the world thinks about it. And I know it's kind of hard to swallow, but I appreciate you saying that, David. And it is good to see you again, man. And yeah, I know, man. I know. And I need to try harder, dude. Thanks. I appreciate it. This is David Miner. He went to high school with me, by the way, y'all. And people do believe me, when people back in Austin watch the video blog and Texas, they're like, holy shit, there's Dave. You know, it's a big deal. So sorry that y'all had to suffer through that, but that kind of shit's important, man. That kind of shit's important. It is. Any more questions? Surely I got some for Bob. Bob, why weren't there anyone here for the roller derby show? Can you believe they fucking did that?
Yeah, I was here.
Yeah, you were. That was a travesty, and like I said, I'm glad it came out like it did, because I hope y'all appreciated what he did with the movie, because I thought he did a good job of making it funny and then sad, and, you know, I don't know, that was all him, you know, so I hope that we got something out of this trip here to Denver. At least I got to see all you guys, and hey, I'll talk to y'all in a minute, and anyway, thanks. Any more questions? Y'all go ahead and talk to Bob. Yeah, anything technical he can handle. And yeah, of course, we're selling this